Okay, we're back from a word from our sponsors, and so now before we get to Meadowbrook, I got to tell you.
Wait.
What?
A religious segment. We're gonna have to say the Omer. First time in YMSL history. I get my mic. 1 second.
You were not.
Hold it.
What is going
Okay,
on here?
this is something new. David is back only for about 30 seconds. My phone went off. I have the Omer app on my phone, so I will get up on behalf of you. Could do Baruch Baruch Shemo, whatever if you want.
Did Myers have to put you up to this?
Yes. So I don't know if you can see me on camera. I'm over here somewhere.
All right, Albert Gamal's going to be happy too.
All right. So for all the religious people in the league, this is for you. And Meyer, Albert Gamal. Here we go.
Max.
I hope I said the right day. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu zotav v'tzivanu al sefirat ha'omer.
Amen.
Hayom shosha yom ha'omer shehem arba'a shavuot u'shnei yamim.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. We're good? Okay,
Yeah. So anyway,
just a little segment. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry if I offended Sammy Insane Son with that. I apologize.
Hazan in his own right. Let's get now the big game, which was at Meadowbrook, and which was the Expos making their season debut after 3 years. And I got to tell you, Norman, I went there.
Norman has a ton of hits already, by the way. What's going on with Norman?
Well, first of all, let's even talk about that. I was going to drive there, but I took the YMSL chopper because the traffic going to this game was unbelievable.
All that traffic from Canada.
They're coming in from Canada. They've got a following, and so it was very, very interesting. And I think Charles, you're on the air.
Hey, Papa Lou, it's Chuck from Brooklyn. How you doing?
Oh.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, we thought it was the captain GM of the Expos, they told us. Oh. How are you, Chuck?
I was traded to the Expos on Wednesday, but I lost it.
How you doing? We just finished analyzing your team, and we were talking about the pitching situation. We have, hearing some sources are not too thrilled with Leo's control.
Absolutely, there's a question with the control, but there's no doubt that Leo is our guy. We're going to ride that horse all the way through the season. A bit too many walks, maybe a little bit chilly the first week, a little bit of nerves, but he's got the stuff. I mean, I'm catching him. He's got the pace on the ball, and as the season goes on, I'm sure he'll cut down on the base on balls.
So, analyze your team a little bit for us. What have you seen so far after the first couple of weeks? Surprises and.
Yeah, I think if you look at the top 4 hitters, we're batting Shakabadi in the leadoff spot, followed by Henry Shallon, Jimmy Malak, and Maurice Haber.
Wow.
They're all batting 500. Henry's got about 10 hits. Jack's got about 8. Malak is a killer, and Maurice is, as built. He's a solid clutch. So the top 4 is very solid. We've got a bunch of young guys. A.B. Dweck left, very solid on the defense. Gave us an erratic first game, kind of seemed a bit out of it, but came through with a big hit in the second game. He's going to be a player. He'll be there for us. And then we've got young Jackie Haber. We got Zeke Dweck. We got Ralph Matute. Those are all guys that are just getting their feet wet in the league. Very stable at second base with Norman Gaz. I know I'm going to be leaving somebody out. Behind the plate, I haven't found my slide. They're coming from the minors to the majors.
Yeah, you haven't been hitting. I think you batted like 500-600 in Brooklyn.
Well, he won the batting title, but that's.
In Brooklyn is about 40 in
of
field.
course.
Right.
So you got to take that into account. Unless you're Eddie Richie, then you hit 500 anywhere you go.
Right.
But Magola is taken in the second round off of his Brooklyn stats. And that remains to be seen how it transfers to the Jersey Shore.
So tell us how did your old buddy Red look the other day coming in?
You use that term old buddy, and it's not a good one. He's a gamer, he's a competitor. Kind of looking a little bit like Kevin Garnett out there lately. Not the will, but I don't know if the willing.
Anything left in that tank?
What he doesn't have in the tank, he's got it in the guts, he's got it in the savvy. He competes pitch in the league 15 years from now. So, hopefully he's pitching and I'm catching, but we'll be about 160 then. So,
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
That's a pretty old battery if you're catching him.
All right, so now give us your thoughts. You got.
How's NRJ thinking about our team? I mean, you guys are very down on our team, picking the ball for a sweep, picking us not to make the playoffs. I mean,
wait, we did that? Who did that?
I don't know.
I picked you not to make the playoffs.
Oh, I don't know about not making the playoffs, but they felt it was,
middle of the road. Middle of the road. We gotta,
maturely. I felt that the staff at the YMSL network was a little bit down on the team. I think we're going to be good. I think we're going to be in the hunt.
Yeah, if you can get Leo to cut down on the walks, you got the hitting for sure.
Yeah, your lineup is very good.
Your lineup looks good, so you just got to cut down on the walks a bit.
I think the walks are not terrible. It depends where and when. I mean, you can't afford to walk the 9 and 10 hitters with 2 outs and nobody on.
Yeah.
But that's something that, will come. I'll try to guide him a little bit to come with, I'm not going to let that happen too often.
Yeah.
We'll get ahead of the count. But if you got second and third and you're walking, big solid Shaheba, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I'm looking at the walks here. It's mostly to the top guys on the team. Zach Ashkenazi, Salih Shaheba, Iken Mavor, Steven Safdie. Those guys have like 9 of the 11 or 12 walks with just those guys, right?
I think in the 7th inning of the first game, we led off the last inning. There was 2 outs, nobody on in the bottom of the 7th with the score tied 5-5. And he walked the 10 hitter. Or maybe he even walked back at that time on 4 straight pitches.
Right.
And Leo Pichotto followed with a single. He tried to pitch around Mavola, who wound up walking as well. And then ultimately, Safdie hurt us. So, that walk with 2 outs, nobody on, to a non-home run hitter. I mean, Ashkenazi was playing, no question. But he's not going to hit the ball out of the park. So, that's a situation where you just can't keep letting players get on base.
Right.
And, you see the top echelon players, like Saka, maybe Saka from last year, even Momoa, those guys, they won't do that. And ultimately, Leo will be in that category.
Yeah, in a couple of years. So, you think Maurice getting the nod this week, or is it the Boabe, or are you going to...
Well, maybe you could pitch.
I haven't spoken to Maurice about it. Leo's out. I'd like to see Jackie Boabe get a shot. The truth, I think he's, and I haven't mentioned him as one of the players, but he's certainly a contributor, and I'd like to see Jackie maybe get the stuff in front in game 1, see how that goes.
Yeah, I think
he could always start, and you could bring Maurice in, or maybe Maurice will pitch the second game, right?
Yeah, he's got good stuff, Boabe. He throws very hard.
Last year he pitched great, and then towards the end of the season he wasn't as great.
But
he was good in the beginning.
Well, he fits right in with all the control problems that's going on in the league. It's not a major thing.
So. If we can keep the walk down under 15, that would be our goal.
I mean, that's the over-under, it seems like, nowadays, so...
If you look at the Mavola, that's the stat there. They gave up the double-digit walks also.
Yeah, you're right. There's 5, 7, 10. They gave up 10 between them.
A lot of baseliners. And I think it's early in the season, and the pitchers are just going to be finding their stride. I don't think too many guys are going to hit 780. You've seen some crazy numbers out there. Eddie Michon is a superstar, Hall of Famer.
Right.
I don't think he's going to be,
Yeah, well, all it takes is one bad week, and you're 1 for 7. It throws you down into the mid.
Right. So that's basically how it goes.
Right.
It's going to be, the league leader's going to hit 620, and everybody's going to fall into line with that.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Chucky. Appreciate you calling in. And
I'm loving it. Looking forward to the remainder of the season, and that's the best.
We look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Okay.
You got it.
All right, bye-bye. So, Charlie did the analysis of his team, and so he feels he's upset with the YMSL network for underestimating their team. I mean, I thought they were middle of the road team.
We didn't really bash them.
No, I thought they were middle of the road team, and look where they are, 2-2. So I don't think anything so bad.
Yep.
But we're trying to get a hold of NRJ. He's at the airport in Montreal, so hopefully we'll get. But anyway, I was telling you the traffic going into. We had to move the game to Fireman's Field because of the demand for tickets. This was 3 years in the making for the Expos franchise to have their game, and it didn't start off the way they wanted with a 3-2 loss, but actually a very exciting team. I gotta say, you have looking at the alley and Sonny in the outfield, and Moni Abadi, Ralph Chira, Bub in right field. Lee Zakaria. We were very high on this team.
We love this team. Ali 4 for 7. 2 doubles, 2 triples, 2 RBIs. Great day already. Just his first week. Didn't NRJ bat the first or second game? Looks like the second game. If he had 2 RBIs.
No, he batted the second game actually.
Yeah.
So the first game they were losing. I believe it was 3-0. What was the final score of that first game? 3-2. They were losing 3-0 going into the bottom of the 7th. And a couple of guys got on. Adam Marshall drove in 2 runs. And where is that exactly? I'm trying to find out what happened. Sonny singled home a run, and Ali tripled home another run. No, that was game 2. 1 second here. Okay, so they were losing 3-1 going into the bottom of the 7th. It was a 1-1 game. Then it was a 3-1 going to the bottom of the 7th. Adam Marshall singled, and Bub tripled him home to make it 3-2 with a runner on third with 2 outs.
Who was up?
And Carlos was up, and he swung at the first pitch and popped up,
and that's
the team was freaking out on him because he swung at the first pitch, and Maya had a little bit of a control issue, and they didn't wait him out a little bit, so he popped up to end the game, and they lost their first game of the year 3-2, but
also 12 walks on the day by Meyer. A lot of walks going on over here.
Oh, wow, we had that many?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Actually, sorry, 4 walks. 3 to Carlos.
No,
Carlos. So Carlos woke 3 times on the day, and then he swung at the first pitch.
That's a lot for Meyer for
yeah.
And but they had huddled up right after the game, and they exploded in the first inning of game 2 with 7 runs.
Really?
Yeah. So they. Ali singled, Lee drove in 2 runs with a triple. Moni had his first career RBI, the single, and NRJ singled. And the big story here, NRJ in the 3rd inning had a
triple,
monster triple over the center fielder's head.
Really? 2 for 3 with a triple. Must be the French blood.
No, but our sources are telling us we didn't have the videotape was not working at the game, and Norman was claiming to hit over the center fielder's head, but members of the Pirates said Joe Chiro was playing behind second base.
Right, like short center.
Yeah, so and technically it's over the center fielder's head, but we don't know exactly where he was playing.
Okay.
So I mean, that's the respect that NRJ gets as a. But nonetheless,
he tied his season total with 2 hits.
Yeah,
for the whole year. I think last year he had 2 hits. Maybe he's got 2 hits already.
So basically 7 runs in the first inning. There was not much of a game there.
Had Nike pitch.
Mikey was decent in the first game. I mean, what did he walk on the day? 5, 2.
Not a lot of guys. 6.
All of a sudden, 6 walks is not a lot.
No, 6 is nothing these days.
6 walks, but he's listen. We said about this team. He's he's another one of these teams where, as far as Mikey's going to take him, that's where they're going to go, because they're solid at every position, and so it'll be David Rishdie at first base. It's a great pickup. He's hitting 500. Bub hitting 500 in right field, so...
Yeah, nice team. They got Bub, Sonny Shallon, right? Sonny and Lee.
Yeah, a very deep team.
David Rishdie.
Very deep team, and a good team. Now, let's talk about the Pirates. They were coming off some issues last week. That
how did it go with Jaime this week?
Jaime Shama, ironically, played shortstop this week because Jordy was away, and he played outstanding shortstop, and he actually hit a little bit this week. Was he 2 for 5, and they had a big triple, but he played great short. I mean, they had Sammy Insane at third.
How'd he do?
He did all right. Actually, threw out Ali on the ground of the third.
Really?
Yeah, which was an amazing feat. And but now this team's now 1-3. You look at it; it's not a bad team, but you don't have anybody that's really hitting except for Albert Gamal, who hit a monster home run in left center. I mean, the ball took off, and he's
got a triple and a home run.
He got robbed of another home run that he should have had 2 for the day. He got held up at third, but Gamal's playing great. But you look at the rest of the team: Abraham Haber 091, Eddie Hakeem 167, Richter coming off of rookie of the
Hakeem
year.
did great last year.
His
I can't believe
his whole career, he's a great.
That's
273 for Richter after coming off the rookie of the year.
Very few hits on the day. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12.
And Joe Chiro,
13 hits the entire day.
Joe Chiro only hit 300.
Yeah.
So we're they're gonna play all in this week, and we're gonna talk about their matchup. But clearly, some issues they got to resolve on that team and get everybody on the same page. Meyer does not look like he's as comfortable as he was last year.
He walked off the first week with the elbow.
Yeah.
Issue. So how was he this week? He was okay.
Yeah. Apparently, when the rumor had it they might pick up Moses, his elbow made an amazing recovery.
Automatic recovery.
So he looked good. The doctor told him it was fine. So he was. We'll see the rest of the way. Let's start looking at next week's matchups. And what do we got?
Right here.
Okay. April 28th. Okay, the first game at Memorial 1, which we just talked about, the Pirates, Joe Cheer's Pirates versus All In. And I don't know about this one. I feel that the All In could possibly sweep this team.
That's why I feel the same. I just don't love the Pirate team. I saw them the first week against the Bears. They didn't look great. Albert Gamal, Joe Chira, that's really about it going on right now. Maybe Jordy if he's back, but Meyer's not pitching great. It's just I see All In possibly sweeping. I don't think they'll get swept.
Well,
at least
I
win
think
one.
the offense, they could, but we always think, they're going to tee off a certain pitcher, and they don't, so we never know.
Yeah.
So, but I think they're all around. They're a better team, and I think they should sweep. And I hope I'm wrong, because I don't want to see the Pirates 1-5.
Right.
I don't want to see that, but I feel that that the All In is going to sweep them this week.
Yeah.
Now Memorial 2, we have the Braves coming off a sweep, getting swept rather, and on a 3-game. No, they won game 2, so they're not scoring at all. 10 runs on the year in 4 games. Solly S is supposed to be back this week, so he feels better, so that's going to help. It's Stephen Matesh back, so they have a full team this week, and going up against the Expos with Mikey Shalom and NRJ.
Yeah, that's a nice matchup. You got a lot of hitting on that Expo team.
The Expos have a lot of hitting. Again, how they're going to fare against Jeffrey, that's going to be interesting to see what happens. But I don't know about this game. I was really not impressed with the Braves lineup last week. I mean, Zach has got to be almost perfect every week.
Right.
For them to score. So unless A.B. Cohn and starts getting hot, and Irwin, and they're on base all the time.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard for this team to put.
And they're 1-3. They're going to have to get some wins.
Yeah.
There's teams. By the way, there are 3 teams 1-3 in the league. None of them play each other.
Yeah.
So they all play different teams, and that you could have 3 1-5 teams.
Right.
Pretty easily.
But I'm gonna say a split in this game, because I feel that either Jeffrey's going to somehow manage to to will them through one game, and
I don't think they can sweep. It probably a split, but the Braves could get swept again. I mean, if the wheels start falling off and Jeffrey starts flipping out because they're not scoring runs for him, and he'll say, "Come on, guys, I'm pitching great. When do you guys get a hit already?" Jeffrey starts getting crazy. So if they're 1-4, if they lose the first, who knows if they even come back and win the second? It could be a problem.
Yeah. So and the Expos, listen, they only played 2 games, so we don't really know what they're about. But I could definitely see them not hitting Jeffrey like they could. So he might overmatch.
They have Lee, they have Ali, they have a bunch of guys on that team that could hit.
So I see a split the way I see it. I don't really think either team's gonna
I say this Expos get at least 1, maybe 2. Yeah. Very similar to All In getting 1, maybe 2.
So you don't think the Braves could sweep it all?
No, I don't think the Braves could sweep. I don't think the Pirates could sweep.
Now here's a big matchup. You have in Fireman's East, moving to the other side of the park. You have the ice cold 1-3 Hurricanes against the red hot exit 105. Now here you have Max Shadid only gave up 10 runs on the year to the Hurricanes. Only scored 10 runs.
Yeah.
And they're just really it's Sammy Tal versus brother Nathan. And they could exit one. I don't see how the Hurricanes are going to win a game here. I don't see it. They don't have enough offense to hit anybody, and their outfield. It's a big field in Fireman's East. There's a lot of ground to cover, and they don't have those speedy center fielders.
Look, Charles Saka held them scoreless for 6 innings. So what's Maxie D going to do? He's going to, you got to feel he may do the same thing. The Hurricanes have not been hitting at all. Their team average might be 200.
Yeah.
So. I don't know what's going to give over there. Sammy Tal again was 0 for 7 last week, so I hope he gets out of that funk. But this is a problem.
He's got to have his A game on, and I don't even know if that's good enough. I
don't even know if it's good enough.
So I see a 105 sweep. I mean, I don't see how. I just don't see. They don't. The defense is great. The pitching is great, and that's all you need against this team. It could be 2 very low-scoring games.
And I haven't seen the 105 squad, so I haven't seen them play yet. But I saw the Hurricanes last week, and they were pretty bad. They just don't hit enough. So I'm going to go with you. I say exit 105 sweep. And again, another team that could be 1-5.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to have at least 1 or 2 1-5 teams after this week is done.
1 or 2, 1
definitely.
Teams. Yeah, definitely. But that's a good thing is if there's a few teams 1-5, at least there's
and then they'll play each other. Right.
So
eventually someone will get some wins.
So now let's go to Meadowbrook, and you have the White Sox coming off a bye versus the Hustle, and the White Sox we were not high on in the off season.
Yeah. We hated that team.
We thought they were might have been the worst team in the league, and against the Hustle, not an exciting matchup here, but
and they're 1-1 coming in. Right?
Yeah, they're 1-1. They managed to split with all in the first week, and Hustle, as we mentioned, coming off a split. I see another split here. I don't think either team's good enough to sweep, and I just don't see any possibilities here, but. White Sox with Ralph Hannon coming back, and I think it's going to be a split.
Yeah, I'm going to go with you there. I feel a split also. I don't love any of the either of the teams, so I think not one of them is good enough to sweep. So I'll go with a split over there.
Yeah, and now your Bears have a week off, and
so the Bears are going to they're tired from running around the bases. I spoke to a lot of the players. 45 runs is a lot of running. And they're just going to take the week off, just relax. I'm going to speak to Eddie Richley about taking up from first base on deep fly balls. So we're going to work on that a little bit because we could have 47, 48 runs maybe on the season. But it's nice to be 4-0 and have a week off, right?
Now, you've pitched a couple of times. Any thought of bringing you back as signing you as a Brent could get a job? What about you?
I don't know about that.
I think you can give up less than 16 walks, maybe. Cut
maybe.
it down to 12, maybe, no?
Maybe. But right now, I'm happy where I am as being the batting coach and the third base coach of that team. But I'm having a lot of fun. Actually enjoying the season, watching Victor. He went 6 for 7 the first week, 1 for 7 the next week, but the team keeps winning. So it's good to see. And they get along really well together. A lot of them are friends, so it's nice. So they have the week off, but coming right off of that week, they go against the Exit 105 team.
So
you're looking,
you're
looking at a nice matchup, probably for first place, because Exit 105 is playing the Hurricanes.
Oh, that could be a great matchup. Wow,
you're looking at a nice matchup the following week.
Oh, so we're gonna have something exciting to talk about next week. So. It'll be interesting. Now we'll see again. A couple teams 1-5. We don't like to see that in the league, but one thing about the YMSL, when you predict the things, the Hurricanes could turn it around and find the groove, and all of a sudden they'll be 3-3, and they'll be tied with 105 and ahead of them. So it'll be hopefully they can get their act together, and all it takes is a victory to get everybody.
And there's a lot of players injured, so we have to see how it shakes out. Big Solly, Ike Mavora, those are key guys on that team. Calf injuries and different type of injuries. So,
I think also that's the beauty of the bye week. Also, I think it's good for getting that healing extra week.
Yeah. And Joe Ashkenazi on the Bad News Bears is suffering with hamstring issues every single week, holding his hamstring. So Nemi has an issue, so now they got 2 weeks off. 4-0 and 2 weeks off is great, great to have.
Okay, so you'll see it. So hopefully we'll see how our predictions go. We'll see all the action. It's supposed to be a beautiful day Sunday.
Yep.
And we'll see as week 3, and we'll look forward to seeing everybody next week. Douglas, thanks. Nice to have you.
Good to be
aboard.
Back, filling in for Norman.
And
Norman, have fun in Canada, getting the keys to the city, and Expo Nation. So great jerseys, great Instagram stuff going on with the Expos.
All right, thanks, and have a good week. We'll see everybody next week.
Have a good week.